Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the Trail of Cthulhu First Edition tabletop role-playing game rules by Pelgrane Press. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Listeners should know that this show may include mature themes and scenes. All content, including names, places, events, and so forth, which may bear resemblance to entities living, dead, or eldritch, is strictly coincidental. My name is Rena Henze, and for tonight's game, I will be your keeper. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Old Ways podcast. I am your keeper this evening, Keeper Mav. My pronouns are they, them, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Silver Screams, our 1930s Trail of Cthulhu campaign in Hollywood. We've got some very interesting leads to follow up on tonight, but before we do that and introduce our characters, I'd like to say thank you to all of you, our listeners, and especially you, our Patreon supporters. You make what we do possible. We appreciate all of you and your listening ears. If you'd like to see what we have to offer on Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/theoldwayspodcast. And now let's get to some introductions. To my right.
Hello, I'm Bunny. I'm playing as Yvonne Alethea Joy, or St. Cyr. Our pronouns are she, her. I'm the makeup artist for this film and just trying my best to be a normal person in 1936.
Yeah, that's working out pretty well for you, I'd say. So well. And next to Yvonne?
Hello, I am Nichelle Schneider. I am playing Lilith St. Cyr. We both go by she, her pronouns, and I'm an actress.
Indeed you are. An actress with some potential career advancement possibilities, should you choose to take them. And next to Lilith?
Hello, I'm Perry Clark. I'm Kingston Biko Garvey, he, him. I'm your stagehand and set designer.
So many things still to design. So little time. And next to Kingston, we have...
Hello, my name is Courtney. I am playing Sophia Reed. Sophia is a seamstress. We both use the she, her pronouns, and Sophia is considering what the Garvey household. She has some internal guilt that she's dealing with.
Oh, so much guilt. But Sophia always is dealing with internal guilt, I feel like. So last but never least, we have...
Hey y'all, I'm Emily Cummings, she, her, and I play Kingston or Kit Dubois, he, him, who is a friendly production assistant who has some thoughts.
A lot of thoughts, I'd say. That's pretty normal.
I won't say what they are.
We'll figure out those thoughts in due course. All right. So y'all were all exploring Lot E last time. Yvonne had found the book, or had removed the book very, very carefully using Kingston as a proxy, and had gone through some interesting makeup recipes that she found in the book, but it seems to just be a book. That's all. It's totally fine. Nothing to worry about here. So you are all on Lot E, this strange lot that none of you knew existed until recently. Was there anything else you'd like to do on this lot?
Once we gather outside, you'll immediately see Kingston looking down at the ground and moving around consistently, looking for or at something on the ground itself.
Kingston, are you all right?
Tracks, footprints. Think about what any of the grounds look like around the other studios where we are actively using. There are barely any here, except for the ones we just recently brought in.
Well, if it hasn't been used in an exceptionally long time.
Precisely the point. And I'll look towards Lilith. Any studio space that is not being used is a liability and cost to a studio.
Yes, it normally is, but I do think Kit would understand that a little bit more.
Would you agree, Kit?
I'm just in the dark as you. I don't understand how this has existed. None of us have known about it.
Precisely. Meaning also, again, looking at these footprints here, no one's wandered over here. sooner or later, someone would have wandered over here. Maybe Daphne by accident, or Andy? But no one has wandered over here. All the prints are new. In the dirt.
Well, I also think it's interesting because whoever set up this new trailer would have had to come and go, and with supplies, and I doubt the producer did it himself. He doesn't seem like the type to do dirty work.
I'll tap my nose. Precisely.
Yeah. No, it's definitely bizarre. I wonder if there's any other supplies for the new project that are over here yet. Or if it's just the trailer.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. Wonder how that happened.
So, what now?
One other possibility, and I think this is one for you, Kit, and whoever wants to help. I don't think Howard's the only one that went missing. If anything, the notes you found that support his presence, there might be others in those piles. So I think that might warrant us checking that as securely or securously as possible.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better about the fact that this is just a book. And I don't know. I'm starting to feel like maybe I was blowing things out of proportion a little bit, but I think that there's too much here to just be coincidence, you know? And too much here to just be like isolated from this lot and this new project and from everything. But I'm really glad that we didn't find anything awful when you helped me search just now.
There is the smell of that makeup.
That's true.
So I wouldn't say that it's nothing innocuous here, but there's something here.
Yeah, it's just not as bad as they...
If we think that someone else might have gone missing, Howard mentioned he wanted to go talk to Wilkins, right?
Yeah, we talked about going this weekend. So just in a couple days. Figure by the time we're all done at the studio in the evening, most normal retired men are probably getting ready for bed by then. We're not exactly early out of the set.
Fair.
But first, we still need to find him.
Well, Kit, we found like an old address for him in his employment records. So
We did.
Shouldn't that be our first place we check? See if he didn't move?
I think so. And I just think if anyone else has gone missing over the years, he might remember. He's worked here longer than most.
Right. But also remember, we've encountered enough people who didn't know about Howard.
Yeah.
The only thing that supported Howard's presence for us, other than Sophia, was the paperwork you found.
Which was one single line.
Exactly.
It was a single line.
Yeah, so how many other single lines might be sitting in that paperwork and have been missed? Just like, and I'll gesture to this giant lot we're standing in.
Well, here's my thing, I think, which is if we find him, he hasn't moved, etc. He was like this well-known and fairly beloved figure at the studio, like Kingston is now, who had pretty much the same job, so couldn't help but know so many people. And when he retired, he didn't even say goodbye to anybody. The whole studio, he just left one day. So either he actually retired and is living peacefully somewhere, but maybe something bad happened he doesn't want to remember or acknowledge, so he got out of here as fast as he could. Or people were told he retired, and we should look into that.
He may have ended up like Howard. Wait, isn't someone else like that? Your scene partner, point towards Lilith. Isn't that something that happened to him? What's his name? Blake?
Lilith, you don't remember missing a scene partner. It's always been Blake Hudson.
What do you mean, Kingston?
And a worried look will cross my face, and I will look to the other two. You remember who she was originally supposed to be starting with? Do you two?
Do none of us remember Michael Collins?
You don't.
Cool.
No?
This thing's good. Oh no.
So let me get this straight. We're back to square one because we came here specifically to look into the book. And there's nothing necessarily in the book. The only other leads we have is the stage that we found Sophia and Howard on, as well as the script. She'll pull, she just kind of gestures to her bag. That's it. That's the only other things we have to go on. So do we want to go ahead and check out that stage really quick? Or do we want to look through the script to see if there's anything here?
We could split the party and have two of us stay here and look at the script, the others go look at the stage, or we go as a group. But whatever you do, I don't think reading that by yourself is wise.
Well, I just think, we all have to start work soon. And the script is mobile, but the stage, this lot, are not. So if we want to check here out further or go check out sublot C, now is probably the time, and we can read the script elsewhere. We don't have to be in creepy lots we've never been in before to look at the script. Right?
I'd agree with that. I think we should check that out first. And if we can't find anything there, we can look at the script. But I am now very confused as to what Kingston was referring to with somebody else being my partner.
Who did you do the Devil's Locket with?
I didn't have a cross partner for the Devil's Locket.
Interesting. Because I remember having to clean up the scene set from one of your guys' scenes involving him.
Wait, Kingston, how long did whoever you're talking about work here?
He has been in all of our... He was in our last one. We were just finished. One we were working on just before we started this.
So what, he only would have left a few weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. In fact, as far as I recall, he had gotten the original script for this production we were working on, and then it was changed to Hudson. That's why I say I think there are others who are missing. This thing has been powerful enough to hide all of this physical set. It does not surprise me if it would have been willing and capable of hiding people, which we've already seen with Howard. Especially if they didn't have any type of other connection to come looking for them. In this case, Sophia came looking.
So the fact is, you remember somebody that the rest of us do not right now. So, do we technically have any power in this scenario? Or is what's going to happen anyway?
Or more importantly, will it happen to all of us if we go further with this?
I think it's going to happen either way. It doesn't matter if we think that we're going to be running against it. It's going to happen because we're going to be rerouted to the same scenario. Yes?
Possibly.
If there is a higher power at play here, it's obviously doing its job.
So, question is, do we go ahead and put our necks in the noose?
I think so.
I think the noose is already there.
Well, wait, okay. If he was just in the film that's about to come out, or about to be, released to the public after it's done with post, then that'd be different than what happened with the project where Howard and everyone anyone else disappeared, because they scrapped that, they buried it. Do we think that the Western we just finished is going to go away the way that the other one did, or Because I think what we need to explore, I understand what Kingston is saying, and I'm not going to lie, it is unpleasant to think about. But I guess the question becomes, if we find proof of this person that Kingston remembers, will we remember more of him also? Or is it too powerful to be overridden like that? Because, I don't know, we couldn't make anybody remember Howard.
True, but I also think that we are already proving that assumption correct, because there's 3 of us standing here right now that cannot remember somebody we evidently worked with.
But if we were given more proof of his existence, or see a picture of him or something, will that jar our memories, or is it just gone, is what I'm saying? Like, since it's so recent and it's not like years down the road and it's not just somebody saying a name, like if we got something tangible about or with him or watched him in a scene or something, would we remember him? That's what I want to find out. Like, is this reversible?
We should see if Sophia remembers him at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, why don't we check the soundstage, and then we can go check with her and Howard, because they probably will be finally showing up at that point in time.
I wonder if Howard might be familiar with the script, if it's a similar project from the film that he worked on. I am curious to see if he would recognize it at all. That could be something that we look into when we get back to Sophia and Howard, before we all head off to our respective departments. But we are starting to lose time here before we need to be in our various departments, so I think we need to get moving.
So let's check the stage.
To Sublot C.
To Sublot C you go. So the 4 of you, feeling rather perturbed, particularly Kingston, who seems to be the only person who remembers one Michael Collins, make your way to this substage. And it's exactly the same as you left it when you found Sophia and Howard here. Nothing's changed. No one's moved in here. It looks like there's been no set pieces added or removed. It's just a stage.
When looking around, do I find like a way under the stage? Because I remember Sophia talking about under the stage. Like, is there a trapdoor or a hatch or anything?
But I'm not going to have you roll if you spend a decent amount of time hunting around here. Because things aren't difficult to find if you spend enough time looking for them. So you do find a trapdoor with a ladder leading down.
Sophia had said before that what she was told was that he was under the stage. So I think this is what we're looking for. As I sort of anxiously look down the hole with the ladder. Who wants to go for a little climb?
Real quick before we do that, I'm going to just take a look at the ground in a similar way of like what Kingston mentioned outside the trailer. Is there, like, I'm guessing that there's a lot of dust and things. Do we see previous footprints from like Sophia and us coming here previously, or kind of just everything's clean?
The problem with that is this is a more used substage. This is an actually used lot. So there are lots of footprints going back and forth and people moving around in here. It's not as dirty, it's not as dusty, but in the dirt that people do track in, you see plenty of footprints. So it's going to be pretty difficult to figure out where one particular person or persons went. This isn't a mysterious sublot. This is one you were aware of.
I'll go. And Kit is going to walk over to the ladder.
I'll reach into my bag and take out a torch and shine it down.
It goes down, not super far because this is California we're talking about, so it's not going to be a massive tunnel climbing down, but it looks dark down below.
Kingston, you want to hold the light and then drop it to me?
Sure.
All right. I will start climbing down.
Okay. You climb down. Is anyone following Kit, or are you just letting him go into the dark by himself?
I will follow.
I'm gonna follow Kingston. I'm gonna let them go down first, but I'm not gonna let them go alone.
We'll let the men go first. I think
It's 1936.
Exactly. Our knights in shining armor. I think Lilith will wait till everyone kind of like gets down at the bottom. We'll look around just to see if like anybody is visible else on the stage before she goes down.
Okay, there's nobody else that you see. You are all aware it is getting very close to work time at this point because you spent some time with the book and then looking for this trapdoor, but you have other things to do at the moment. So you all go down the ladder. It gets a little bit cramped down here. It's not super wide, expansive space. There is a tunnel leading off in one particular direction. Everything is well supported here. It's not like just a dirt tunnel. Like there's actual supports and everything put up. It's built out like a proper basement, just with a windy tunnel instead of like one big open space. But someone took the trouble to build it out down here.
Sophia didn't mention anything like this to anyone?
She said she doesn't remember this part of her day.
And we found her upstairs.
Yeah. But we found her upstairs already with Howard.
Mm-hmm.
And I doubt Howard was just in the room upstairs that whole time. That doesn't make any sense.
So are we going to forget being down here?
Does one of us wait upstairs in case the rest of us don't come back? So that somebody at least knows.
Might not be a bad idea.
Who wants to stay then?
Either Lilith or Yvonne, one of the two of you.
Is this where we pull straws? I don't know. I've not been in a situation like this before.
I forget. Cousin, do you have first aid skills?
I do.
I was just thinking whichever one of us is more useful to the fellows might. Like if something happens to one of them and they become incapacitated, then. But if we both have first aid skills, it doesn't particularly matter. I say we play rock, paper, scissors. One round.
Okay.
Whoever wins stays. Or whoever wins goes. Because I think that the going is the thing we both want to do. So the fellows watch these cousins mutter between each other, show each other the contents of their bags, and then go, okay, we've got this. And prep themselves for a game of rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3. Shoot. Great. We both did scissors. Perfect. Love that for us. Okay. Tiebreaker. But we know when we go now. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Shoot.
Okay. As Yvonne shoots paper and Lilith does scissors, Yvonne rolls her head to the sides like she's trying to relieve stress, and then it's just like, fine, I'll go back up. If you don't come back though, I'm going to get help, and then I'm going to come back for you, okay? And she begrudgingly climbs back up the ladder.
Okay. Kingston and Kit were just standing there watching all this.
Mm-hmm.
Better they decide.
It worked. So Yvonne goes back up the ladder, and the three of you head down this slightly curving tunnel. And thankfully, Kingston had his torch because it's dark down here. But you find yourselves opening up as the cavern opens up in this room filled with props. There's mannequins that are hanging at odd angles, some of them from the ceiling with their limbs kind of contorted and twisted. Others are standing up against the wall, almost like they're ready to move. There's tables, these long tables that have been set out. Some of them have these yellow tablecloths on them, like rich, ornate, brocaded, very fancy. And there's a row of masks lining the wall. And there's a painted backdrop that has been slashed to pieces.
So this is nice. I'm gonna start not necessarily wanting to touch anything, but I'm gonna walk in deeper and start. And I want to try and see if I can determine what the backdrop was of.
The backdrop was painted, like from what you can tell, you can see some kind of tree-looking things. And it looks like a road of some kind. As you can see just at the base of it, it looks like the start of a path. But the rest of it's been cut up so badly you don't know what else would have been on this backdrop.
How big is the cut?
It's multiple. Like, you can't tell if it's one that's stretched out and splintered because this is an older backdrop and it might have torn, or if it's multiple pieces being pulled or torn away.
Right, but is it roughly Howard size?
Well, the backdrop is bigger than Howard, and the tears expand way further out. But I mean, it's not inconceivable.
How close are the slashes to the road?
The bit of road you can see has a slash through it. There are other slashes all the way around this, tearing it up so badly you can't really tell how much of it is from the road. But there is a long slash going across the bottom of the road.
Looking at the ground, I'm assuming it's pretty dusty in here. Is there any sign that something has been moved, that someone else has been around?
That's the weird thing. There is no dust down here. It's immaculately kept. Even the dirt has been swept and cleaned away. It is pristine in a way that should not be possible down here.
Hey, come look at this. This looks like it's been maintained. See? And I rub my hand over the ground.
Yeah, this entire place has been. I'll then turn the torch over towards the mass and see if a spot might be missing for a certain one.
There is no missing spot here.
Okay.
But Lilith, I need a magic roll from you.
3.
3. So, Kingston and Kit, you're looking around. You're looking at how clean everything is. You sweep the torch around Kingston, and you look for that empty space. And now there is one. As you turn around and realize Lilith is wearing one of the masks.
I scream.
I think that's a stability roll from all three of you.
Oh, you don't say.
Sounds about right. Because I don't remember putting it on.
4, okay. 5 for Kit.
6.
6, okay. So, Kingston, you lose a point of stability. Lilith, this feels good. Feels right. Wearing this mask. Everything looks clearer, sharper, brighter to you, looking through the eye holes. You can see this slight sort of aura even around Kingston and around Kit. Kingston's aura is a bit stronger than Kit's aura, but it feels good. It feels just perfect.
Lilith, can you take that off?
I think actually I'm going to ignore Kit's question just for a second, and I'm going to look at the mannequins.
You look at the mannequins and you see in your mind's eye these mannequins start to move. And as they move, they become human. And you see them in these long, elegant ball gowns and suits, and they begin dancing. Like in your mind, you are in this beautiful ballroom. And these mannequins transform and begin dancing to the strange, haunting sounds of music only you can hear as they dance and swirl around you. And you feel right. These people are beholden to you somehow. You are in charge here. You don't know how, you don't know why, but these people are beholden to your will.
Yes, dance for me, little puppets. And I think Lilith does say that out loud.
Lilith?
Hmm?
Can you take that off?
Take what off?
Take the mask off.
Why?
I'm gonna try and take it off of her.
Do you let him?
I think I'm kind of like looking back to like our childhood and everything, and I don't think Kit has ever done something like this before. Like when we were really little, there might have been a time where there was a toy that didn't want to be shared, but it was usually the other way around, and Kit usually just gave in. So no, I don't think Lilith is going to let Kit. Just kind of like puts a hand up and says, "Oh, wait a second. What are you trying to do?"
Why are you wearing that?
I'm not exactly sure, but you guys might want to move out of the way. You're going to get in the way of the dancing.
What are you talking about?
Do you not see the dance that's going on right now?
No, but nobody is moving. What are you talking about?
All of these lovely guests are dancing.
Kingston, I think we need to leave.
They're dancing for me. And I think as she kind of like sweeps her arm out, she's going to drop one of her mahjong tiles, but it's not the one of warning. It's the other one.
I pick it up and look at it.
I think, Mav, this is the point where Lilith does pull out the script.
While this has been going on, Kingston has been rooting around in his bag. And he will approach. He holds up a fist to his lips and says, "Sin speaks to the wicked man deep in his heart. He rejects God and does not fear him, and I will throw salt directly into her face."
Give me a magic roll.
I'm willing to spend 2 points of magic.
You have to spend before you roll.
So it was a 1.
Okay. Yeah, a 3 wouldn't have been good enough anyway. Yeah. So, Lilith, you see this spray of glitter, almost, coming towards your face, and you spin as it falls on you. And so Kit and Kingston, you see her just spinning around, her arms outstretched and twirling as if she's in a ball gown as the salt falls around her and drops to the ground. And she pulls out the script.
Go low, I'll go high.
Okay.
All right.
Then we'll tackle.
I tackle her.
Give me a magic roll, both of you.
This time I will remember to state it beforehand. I will spend 2 magic points.
Okay.
I did not remember to state it beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5, so...
And Kit got a 1. Okay. So, the two of you go to tackle Lilith, and you pass right through her. So, stability rolls for both of you.
6.
6, all right.
5.
5, okay. You're holding on to it. But Lilith, you begin reading the script. Upstairs, Yvonne, you feel this energy shift in the air. You don't know what it is. You don't know what's causing it, but something's changed. and it's upsetting.
Yvonne, while waiting up at the top of the ladder, has been writing in her journal from her bag the names of her friends and what their jobs are at Avalon and her favorite things about them. How long she's been working with Kingston and Sophia, when Sophia found Howard, how much younger her cousin Lilith is, how long they've known Kit, and then just been roughly sketching their faces, and then refining each sketch after she's gotten all of their faces at least down. And when that change in how things feel happens, when she feels that, she is going to call out down the ladder. Kit, are you okay? Can you hear me?
You hear, Kit, what sounds like a voice, but you can't quite, because of how far you've gone underground, you can't quite make out what's being said, but you do hear the echo of Yvonne's voice.
Can I tell that it's Yvonne?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
So we'll come back to all of you shortly as Lilith twirls and removes the script. Change cameras over to Sophia and Howard now that it is time to head to work. Sophia, you helped out with some chores around the house in the morning to say thank you to Phyllis and Walter for allowing the two of you to stay, making space for Howard. Howard helped as best as he could, but he's still struggling to readjust to whatever life is for him now. But you take him along in tow as you head to Avalon Studios. It's beginning to bustle. People are going through security, through the gates to park. You see people walking in, riding their bicycles. It's the morning buzz of everyone coming in for filming. You see Daphne zipping past as you walk in with Howard. And she just sort of smiles and gives you a wave and just keeps going. Doesn't even stop to say hello. She's got some important business going on. But you and Howard are now on the set. No one has reacted to Howard. No one's done anything except say hello to you, and then they notice you're with someone and they wave at him or say good morning or whatever. But you have work you can do. You have Howard with you. You don't know where your friends are at the moment. What would you like to do, you and Howard?
Well, going through security, she got Howard his pass. And then she thinks back to how comfortable he was helping Kingston out and thinks maybe that's probably a good thing for him. Something familiar, but something he can do with his hands that doesn't maybe require him to think too much. As she's walking through the lot, she just looks out to see if Yvonne's car is there or not, and when she sees it, she gives it a nod. And I think she wants to go speak with Mr. Moore, with Howard.
So you take Howard to Director Moore's office. The door is cracked open. There's a cloud of smoke coming out of it, as per usual. And do you knock before you go in?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She'll a quiet, polite little rap on the door before. Mr. Moore, it's Sophia Reed. May I come in?
There's a slight pause and you're up. Miss Reed. Yes, come in. Yes.
Thank you. And she'll push the door in and she'll usher Howard in behind her. I'm very sorry to bother you this morning. This is my brother, Howard Reed. I was wondering if maybe there was some help that someone could use on either in the props department or custodian. If there's work available for him, if that would be okay with you.
Director Moore looks up. He's in his shirt sleeves, his tie's askew. He's got a cigarette kind of burning out in the ashtray. He's got papers everywhere. He looks like he's looking for something, but he looks up as you come in, and he's got a slightly harried expression on his face. And then he relaxes when you start talking, and he smiles, and he looks at Howard and says, didn't know you had a brother, Miss Reed. Mr. Reed, welcome. Looking for work, you say. And you can tell without a roll, his eyes just kind of glance over Howard. There is not a flicker of recognition there. And Howard's looking at him in confusion. Mr. Moore? And he kind of leans in.
Howard was here before. But maybe you don't remember. He's been gone for a little while.
I'm sure I'd remember such a strapping young man, but maybe he was on the. Were you on the western lot? And Howard just shakes his head and looks. He looks deflated. That's the best word you can think of, Sophia. He just kind of sags as he realizes he's not recognized.
She'll just kind of pat his elbow reassuringly.
Well, we got some custodial work if you're up for it, Howard. Mr. Reed. We've got some work you could do for sure. Anything for a family member of the cast. Your sister here does wonderful work, and he smiles at you, Sophia. We can definitely find you something to do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moore. You look like you're having a bit of harried morning. Is there something I can help you with?
No, nothing to do with costuming, Miss Reed. Kit hasn't shown up yet this morning. I don't know where he went. Daphne went looking for him. But he rubs his temples with both hands and says, I'm looking for something, but I don't remember what I'm looking for.
Oh.
So I don't think you can really help with that. I just must be tired. I haven't been sleeping very well.
Well, I mean, that happens to the best of us. What were you doing? What were you doing before you realized you were looking for something?
And he gets this sort of blank expression on his face.
I think Sophia's going to walk around to his side of the desk and just kind of place her hand on his shoulder as well. Is everything okay, Mr.? Is everything okay, Evan?
And he doesn't react to your using his first name, which is a little strange in this day and age. He doesn't react to the physical contact. Says, there was something we were doing. We did a film before this one, didn't we?
Yes. We worked together on the Devil's Locket. Remember I made those lovely gloves for Mr. Dawlish?
He shakes his head. I don't remember a film by that name. Anyway, and he startles out of it and shakes a little bit so your hand falls away. Says, oh, sorry, don't know what came over me there. I was looking for a script or something, and it just slipped my mind.
Well, I'm sure you'll find it. Thank you, Mr. Moore, for allowing Howard to pick up some work here. I very much appreciate it. If at any point you want any help with anything, I'd be happy to help you out. We're got most of our things done for the costuming, so half my day is kind of idling and hoping I can catch to see some scenes that are being filmed, but I'm happy to do anything that you would need.
I'd like you on set today, just in case we have any costume mishaps. So go about your normal morning, and then this afternoon when we're filming, if Miss St. Cyr arrives, when we're filming the resurrection scene, that's one of the more complicated ones, and dresses get caught on pieces of metal, the wonderful things that Kingston's put together, all sorts of things. I'd like you on set.
I'll have my emergency sewing kit handy, I promise.
And
have a good morning, Mr. Moore.
you two, the both of you. And Howard, I'll send Daphne your kit to let you know what work we can get you doing.
I think Sophia kind of hurries politely out of the office. How late into the start of the day is it?
You come in normally about 8 a.m., so it's about 8:30, 8:45 by the time you come out. So they've been gone a while.
Right, because they would have come in at least an hour or so earlier. Howard, I'm getting a little bit worried about our friends. I think I'm going to quickly go look for them.
Not without me. Right? Right.
I wouldn't go anywhere without you, I promise.
He swallows heavily. And where are we going?
Where do you think we should go first?
I don't know. Where they were looking?
Where they were looking. Okay, let's run by Lot E quickly and then make our way towards Stage C, Sublot C.
We're going back
We'll do
there?
We're just going to do a quick run by, I promise.
He starts breathing heavily. Okay. I don't want to go back there. Okay? If we have to, but...
I'm not going to make you do anything you don't want to do. But I do need to look for them.
Okay. And he tries to get his breathing under control. Okay. Whatever you need to do, Sophia, just... I'm coming with you. And he squares up his shoulders and gets himself under control.
Okay, let's go.
And you set off for Lot E. So back underground in the sublot, Lilith, you pull out the script and you look at it and you realize that you shouldn't be reading this standing here surrounded by dancing people. You need to have a seat. And you turn around and you see your throne at the front of the room. Because you're the queen, aren't you? And Kingston and Kit, you see this shadowy form of Lilith move her way towards a chair at the other end of the room, this carved wooden chair, and just sit herself on it, holding the script. And then she begins to read. And you see her flickering as she's sitting there, in and out of reality. It's like she's not even aware of your presence anymore. And Lilith, you read this script, The Bride of the King in Yellow. And it's a fascinating script. It resonates with who you are right now in this moment. The main character of this script is a young noblewoman by the name of Lady Casilda. And she's betrothed to the aging King Charles IX in a politically driven marriage to secure alliances. There's script notes about the opulent but oppressive grandeur of the castle and of her surroundings. There's scheming nobles and whispered conspiracies. And Casilda is feeling trapped by duty, being forced by her family into this marriage, her impending role as queen. She doesn't know if she's strong enough to take it on, but she yearns for the throne. She discovers a forbidden text called the Yellow Sign hidden in the Royal Library. And when she reads it, she sees visions of a mysterious figure, the King in Yellow, who offers her power and freedom in exchange for loyalty. He begins to haunt her dreams, promising to elevate her beyond the constraints of her marriage and the court. She gains charisma and intellect, the ability to manipulate the courtiers and the scheming noblemen around the castle, and even the king himself, to enact the changes that she wants to see in the world, to make things better. A more beautiful place, a more equal place. But the court grows suspicious of her, and a fanatical priest, Father Renaud, accuses her of witchcraft, rallying the nobles against her. She has the power to outwit her enemies and stay one step ahead of them at every turn. But the King in Yellow's influence remains. As the wedding approaches, her loyalty to the king deepens as her powers begin to grow and grow. There's a climactic confrontation at the end of the play where she has to choose between embracing the king's full power, which would give her dominion over France, but perhaps sever her humanity, or rejecting him, losing her power and perhaps even her life. In the finale, Casilda dons a yellow veil during the ceremony, a symbol of her fealty to the king in yellow. And she unleashes a supernatural force, plunging the court into chaos and allowing her to reshape France into her will. It'll be a better place, under her domain. The script ends ambiguously with Casilda vanishing into the mist-filled night, the yellow sign burned into the throne. It is powerful. It speaks to your imagination. It speaks to the powerful women you've always wanted to play, not just the women who run after the male lead, or the secondary woman, as you played in The Devil's Locket, where you run and you die dramatically. You would have power in this role. And something about Casilda's desire to make the world a better place and using this power, it speaks to you. It's intoxicating. And you're going to make me a stability roll.
6.
6. Okay, you still lose a stability point as you read this play. And Kingston and Kit, you see Lilith solidify in the seat. That flickering just sort of fades away, and Lilith, you look up. You take the mask off, holding it in your hand, the script in the other. The dancing has disappeared. The mannequins you see shifting back into their mannequin form around you, the ballroom disappearing, leaving you in this basement, seated in a chair with Kingston and Kit looking at you, very confused, somewhat trepidatious. But what's wrong?
That was beautiful.
What are you talking about?
It was beautiful. It was moving. I feel her plight and her loss, but also her gains. He was right. This is a part I can play very well.
Kingston, I think we need to get out of here.
Kingston just nods, has not said a word.
Lilith, we have to go. Can we talk about this later?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that.
You exit, Lilith holding the mask in one hand. It'll make a lovely compliment to the one Mr. Brewer gave you that you'll wear for the play.
Mm-hmm.
For the film when it's made. And you make your way out. Yvonne, that weird energy change fades away after a few moments. You don't hear a response from Kit or Kingston. You don't even know if they heard you. But a couple minutes later, you see who's in front, who's leaving first. Kit. All right, so you see Kit emerging from the basement, climbing up this ladder. He looks a little scared.
I think Lilith is the next one up and just kind of puts everything in her bag and then climbs on up.
Kingston will emerge also very quiet, but watching Lilith.
When Yvonne first sees signs of life coming back, she will wipe a few tears off of her face and check her compact and reapply the powder to her cheeks, and then quickly shove the journal where she was writing who she was on the front page before going down to check on them back into her bag. You're back! You are back. We should get to work.
Yeah, we should. If anyone asks, we're late because Lilith collapsed again. We were just making sure she's okay.
Oh, yeah. Cousin, are you... We can talk on the way or later today, but are you all right? She says sort of suspiciously at Kit and then looking to Lilith.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing we're still on for lunch later, or do you want me to bring... I was thinking about bringing lunch to Sophia and Howard
Sure.
After we do a couple of camera rolls. I also have to do some script reading with Clarissa later as well this afternoon. But I'm guessing that everyone will be back at my house later tonight.
Of course.
Okay.
Kingston's jaw is just tightening, unclenching, and almost like he may be muttering something to himself.
Yvonne, having been studying their faces after asking if they're all right and everything, and Kit and Lilith responded, but Kingston didn't audibly respond. She would have been looking to him. And so seeing the clenching and unclenching as they walk back to the lot where Dr. Gravedust is being filmed, she'll sort of fall back with Kingston and ask, Are you good? Something happened, right?
And at that point, he will start reciting, I praise you, God, don't be silent. Wicked men and lies have attacked me, telling lies about me. They shall trouble things about me, attack me for no reason. They oppose me even though I love them, and they have prayed for them. They pay me back evil for good and hatred for love. No, it's not all right. It got her.
Yvonne falters in walking alongside him for a second, eyes wide, and looks to her cousin and then back to him. It got her?
She's been enspelled, sorcereled.
Ah.
And I think worse than what happened to Kit.
Whatever you need, please let me help you help her.
I hate to say this, but I don't think it's about helping her. It may be about helping ourselves. Because I'm willing to bet the actions of erasing have been going on even more in other ways. It's not, it doesn't like loose ends that much, I can tell.
Got it.
Sophia and Howard, you made your way to Lot E. Howard looked around at first, just kind of casually walking around looking at things. And then he goes up to the stage, the sound stage, and he puts his hand on it and says, "It was here.
What was here?
It was here. The set. I was here. I was here. I
For the movie you worked on with Mr. Wilkins."
He nods emphatically. I don't... It didn't look like this. It didn't... There were people everywhere, and the backdrops were over there, and Mr. Wilkins was over there, and very crowded, and he puts his hand up to his head and starts rocking back and forth a little bit. But it was here.
Okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense to use the lot. Do you want to look around a little bit more, see if we can find some of the old props?
He climbs up on the soundstage.
Sophia will hurry to follow him.
And he stretches out his arms. And he stands there and he arches his head back. I'm going to make a roll for him. Okay. And his eyes go blank. The road, the yellow road. Open the way to the yellow road. The king comes down the yellow road. Look upon the pallid mask. The world changes. The road comes. The king is coming. Look upon the pallid mask.
Sophia's going to come around, and she was just watching, but now she's going to put her hand on his arm and gently try and bring it back down. And if she has to, she'll tip her head so he looks down at her. Howard, do you know who the king is?
The king. Reality is his will. The king comes. He tried before. We tried before. It didn't work. It didn't work. And then his hands go to his head, and the blankness sort of clears, and he looks like he's got a migraine from the way his eyes scrunch up, and he holds his head and just screams and drops to his knees.
I'm so sorry. And she's going to try and drag him away if she can, but if not, she'll just hold him until he settles. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I pushed you here. I didn't.
And he looks up at you and says, "Where are we?"
We're just looking for our friends.
Our friends. Yes. He looks around. His eyes are clear. Shakes his head, shaking away the pain. Well, they're not here.
No, they're not. Let's hurry. Maybe we can catch up with them.
And you exit Lot E and head towards Sublot C, where you encounter the group of them exiting the lot, headed back towards the main studio, back towards Lot A and all of your trailers and everything you need to be doing. Lilith is walking with purpose. Her head is up high. She's got a smile. Kingston looks tense. Kit looks confused. Yvonne is in the back talking to Kingston. Something's a little bit off with this group, but at least you found them.
Oh, I'm glad we caught you. I'm sure it's no surprise Mr. Moore is looking for everybody. Sent Daphne off chasing after you. I didn't say anything about where any of you were. And she just kind of has a tense smile, and I think she kind of falls into step with everybody to walk back in silence, or will answer questions if need be.
Lilith read the script. I don't quite know what happened, but if anyone asks us why we were missing, just say that she collapsed or something. We had to take care of her. I don't know. We'll have to figure out more what it means in a bit.
She read the script?
Yeah.
Oh.
We couldn't stop her. It was like she couldn't even hear us.
And I'll make the gesture of the mask.
Great.
No, not productive. Eventful morning then.
Eventful. Yes.
I have to get back for shooting, but I'll see you all later tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
We were on for lunch, don't forget.
Yes, and don't worry, Sophia. I'll make sure to drop off some lunch for you and Howard, because I know he's probably more comfortable in your trailer than anywhere else.
That's very kind, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I think Lilith is going to just keep on walking.
Keep on keeping on.
I stopped in to see Mr. Moore. And he does not remember the Devil's Locket.
Mav, do we remember the Devil's Locket?
Kit, it sounds familiar.
Remind me what that was?
The Victorian period piece that we did just before this. Lilith had a big death scene. Clarissa acted out sorrow over her friend's death. Mr. Dawlish was, well, Henry.
Kingston's shoulders visibly drop.
Okay. An eventful morning all around, then, I take it.
Sophia, do you remember working with another actor that wasn't Blake Hudson? Kingston, what did you say his name was? Michael or something?
Michael Collins.
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, so we don't remember working on a film that you remember. Kingston remembers a different leading actor that we don't remember. Mr. Moore doesn't remember a whole production he directed. Twice. And one of his employees, I assume, or else sort of pointing towards Howard, I assume, or else I think that would have come up just now. So what do we do?
I think we start by getting back to the studio. I think we try and maybe find this Mr. Collins, or we speak with someone who we know was there at some point, and we have a lot to talk about, actually. We had a lovely little visit on Lot E where they filmed the Yellow Road.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That is uncomfortable. It makes more sense that both the places we'd never been to before in the studio and didn't remember were both places where the film that nobody remembers were filmed. Like the places that the thing everybody can't remember collectively. Those places are the places that we all forgot and couldn't notice either until, going there.
I think we rest assured in what we know right now. And we don't let ourselves fall into despair at the moment. We have family to look after. And she gives like a pointed look in the direction of where Lilith walked. And Howard is never far away from her.
And if we get noticed missing right now, then someone is going to raise questions. We have to get back to work.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that everybody's so excited to get into their makeup for the day. I should head to my trailer.
I'll see you later.
Hey, Kit.
Yeah?
Yvonne's just gonna hug him before walking, like out of nowhere, just latch on to one of the only people that close to her in the world that's still around and maybe not infected or whatever.
Yeah, Kit hugs Yvonne as well, and when they inevitably part, he's got some tears in his eyes.
She does too. We'll talk later.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Okay. You all on set. And she's going to pat her cheeks for a second and then walk with a purpose back to her trailer like she just is running late to work.
And for this episode, we will leave all of you headed to work. Lilith with newfound purpose in her step. Kingston with a bit to think about and to agonize about and to worry about as he tries to focus on getting the set put up and taken down today. All of you with various things to do, things to mull over. And we'll find out what happens with all of that next time. Thank you, and good night.